Hey guys, what is going on? Welcome back to another video, and today, this video has been on my mind for a few months, but I've never got round to doing it, and that is supply drops. We all know what they are. Most people don't like them. Tell me what you think of supply drops in the comments below, actually. And I'm going to be talking about what I feel to be wrong with supply drops, and some of you may be thinking, hold on. We're pretty much at the end of Black Ops 3's life. What are we doing talking about supply drops and what can be done to save, what can be done to save them? That will be coming in another video. What I'm talking about today is what's wrong with them. And it's mainly for Infinite Warfare, because no doubt Infinite Warfare will have supply drops, because Activision's Activision, and they're probably going to put supply drops in. So yeah, without further ado, let's just get into it. So, the concept of supply drops originally started in Advanced Warfare, where you would open loot crates, just like in CSGO, to get like camos, weapon variants, and stuff like that. But the problem originally started when better versions of the base weapons were locked behind supply drops. So, in Advanced Warfare, we all remember the BAL and the HBRA3. Well, they had better variants of themselves in supply drops. So for the BAL, it was the BAL Obsidian Steed and the HBRA3 Insanity, which I was lucky enough to get them, but you could get them through supply drops only. And then the problem got even worse when like COD points were introduced, where you could basically buy supply drops with real life money. And that really got the community in uproar, because not only were they having to spend more time in game for weapons that allow them to get better at the game, because in fact these weapons made a huge difference in the gameplay, but people could also pay real life money for these weapons. So that was pay to win. Advanced Warfare was definitely pay to win in that respect. And so Advanced Warfare left, BO3 came along. Now, before BO3 even launched, Treyarch said that the supply drops would be returning, but they would be cosmetic only. Now, the COD points were obviously introduced right from the bat, but when the melee weapons came along, it wasn't that bad, as technically all the melee weapons are just reskins of the combat knife, even though some of them look different. That did set a few people off, but it wasn't too bad. And then it got worse with the introduction of ranged weapons in supply drops, such as the Marshall 16, the RSA Interdiction, and slowly but steadily more and more ranged weapons got poured into it. And this wasn't as bad as Advanced Warfare, because the weapons weren't as OP. I mean, the Marshalls did go through a phase of being very strong, but no one really thought they were OP, to be honest. So, I mean, I assume that this was Activision's doing, because I wouldn't have thought Treyarch would do that. But who knows? Who knows? Honestly, it could be Activision's doing. But, so the community was a bit annoyed with that, and then you started seeing all these videos about like the odds of supply drops giving you a weapon and stuff. But one thing that people kept on coming back to was the fact that buying supply drops with real money still didn't guarantee you a weapon, or a very low chance. And so this could be seen as gambling, so to speak, because you're gambling with real life money to get weapons in a game that you don't actually have a 100% chance of getting. So it was an interesting time. Fail. That was an interesting time for Black Ops 3, but Treyarch did make it better with the inclusion of weapon bribes, such as the 75 win bribe that we only had one of, but it did guarantee you a ranged weapon. And then came along the triple play bribe, actually about a few weeks ago, which made it better. Oh well, it didn't exactly make it better. but it gave you 2 guaranteed weapons that you did not have. And so, yeah, the community contracts were pretty good, but I still think the supply drop system is very, I don't know. I just hate it. It's just, I don't even know what to say. Some of you guys will probably know what I mean. It just seems very corrupt, or sort of. And actually, because this video hasn't been rolling for a while, I'm going to talk about the solutions for supply drops. And this is more for Infinite Warfare, as there's not really much point changing it for Black Ops 3 now, as it's September as of the time of recording this video. I think it's, let me just check the phone, September the 6th as of recording this video. So in 2 months, Infinite Warfare will be releasing, so yeah. Alright, now, this is what I think for supply drop. So the non-cosmetic items, such as range weapons, are out of supply drops. Like, so you could have some other way to earn them, or even buy them. Because, I don't know about you, but I prefer a set price, instead of just, like, taking the chance. So, say for example, £5 or dollar or whatever currency you're in, per weapon. I'd rather have that than a gamble. Although I suppose the melee weapons could stay in, because technically they are cosmetic, as I mentioned before. They're just reskinned combat knife. Okay, new weapon bribes every month or so. Maybe every month or so is a bit too often, because that way everybody would have the weapons and there'd be no use for COD points. I mean, Activision still need to make money. So maybe every 2 months or so, a new weapon bribe for you. Yeah. So that way you can feel like you're constantly getting new weapons. And maybe every 200 master... Sorry about that, my phone notification just went off. Maybe every 200 or so master prestige levels you would get a weapon bribe. But if you are, say, already level 1000, you get 5. Because if you're level 1000 you're missing out. That's not really fair. Much. But, so say if you are level 800 you get 4, level 300 you get... No, level 600 you get 3, level 400 you get 2, level 200 you get 1. That's another thing that I could think they could do to change the weapons a little bit. And now, at the moment, Activision seems to be running its motto as profit over people, which, I don't know about you, but that doesn't seem to be a very good work ethic at all. And this is the big question. Will Activision do this? Because we all know what they're like, we all know what they're like, they're all money grabbing, they're all greedy. If someone from Activision watching that, and you take offence to that, I apologise, but it's true. And now, the question is, will Activision do this? Likelihood is, no, they won't. But, if there is the chance that we, as a community, could get them to notice this, or just notice any video discussing this topic and how to make it better, that would be amazing. Just send this video to Activision on Twitter. I'm not really big, I don't know, I don't have Twitter, but if you do have Twitter, just bombard Activision with this stuff. Tell them it, because it needs changing. It's not good enough. And I'm going to end on that, guys. I thank you for tuning into this video, and hope you agree with what I've said. Tell me what you think of supply drops in the comment down below, and I will see you next time. Peace.
Losing Alpha.